Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a regular penny from 1999, and realizing it's worth $332,000 today. That's right, just 1 cent turning you into an overnight millionaire. It sounds unbelievable, but the truth is, some ordinary coins in circulation are hiding extraordinary secrets. And the 1999 Lincoln 1-cent coin is one of them. If you've ever thought pennies were worthless, think again, because the one sitting in your change jar right now could be the key to life-changing money. So, grab your magnifying glass, because today we're diving deep into the 1999 Lincoln penny, its history, value, errors, grading, and why collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single coin. The 1999 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series that began way back in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. By 1999, the penny had already gone through major changes. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from 95% copper to a cheaper composition, *97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper plating. So if you have a 1999 penny, it's mostly zinc, weighing 2.5 grams. But here's the kicker, not all 1999 pennies are created equal. Some rare varieties and minting errors have catapulted certain examples into the spotlight, making them worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 1999 Lincoln pennies were struck in 3 main locations. Most of these pennies are common. Billions were made, and they still circulate today. But certain era coins and high-grade examples are what make collectors open their wallets for insane amounts of money. Now, let's answer the big question. How does a 1-cent coin jump to a value of $332,000? The answer lies in 3 key factors. The 1999 penny is famous for one of the most dramatic and collectible varieties. The 1999 wide AM Lincoln cent in the regular coin, they're almost touching, close AM. But in the rare variety, there's a noticeable space between them, wide AM. This small detail transforms a normal penny into a gold mine. Coin collectors use the Sheldon grading scale to judge a coin's quality, ranging from poor, P1, all the way to mint state, MS70. A 1999 wide AM in regular condition might fetch a few $100s. But in MS67 or higher, prices skyrocket into the tens or even hundreds of thousands. Because the wide AM is such a striking error, and very few exist in perfect uncirculated condition, competition among collectors drives the price higher and higher. And that's how a coin that costs 1 cent to make can now command up to $332,000 at auction. Let's talk about actual market sales. A 1999 wide AM Lincoln cent graded MS67 red has sold for more than $25,000. Higher grades, with blazing red luster and no scratches, have crossed into 6 figures. Experts estimate that a perfect 1999 wide AM could easily reach $332,000 or more if it showed up in an auction today. Imagine being the person who finds that penny in loose change. It's like hitting the jackpot without buying a lottery ticket. Here's how you can tell if your penny is the jackpot coin. If they're almost touching, that's the normal coin, still only worth face value unless in pristine condition. If there's a noticeable gap, it's the wide AM variety, and you may be holding a fortune. Point 3. Also look for doubling in the lettering, mint mark, or date, another error that can raise the value. If you find a 1999 penny that looks promising, don't rush to spend it. Instead, get it professionally graded by services like PCGSA. Graded coin gets sealed in a protective case, with its grade certified. Collectors trust these grades, and that's why auction houses are willing to pay enormous sums. Without grading, even a rare penny might go unnoticed or sell for far less. Here's another reason why the 1999 penny has become such a hot item. Coin collecting is booming. Rare coins are considered a safe investment, often holding or increasing value even during economic downturns. Owning a rare Lincoln cent like the 1999 wide AM isn't just about money, it's owning a piece of U.S. history. And with demand only going up, values for these coins are likely to climb even higher in the future. So, the next time you see a penny from 1999, don't toss it aside. Look closely. It could be your ticket to a $332,000 payday. Who knew that something as small as a penny could change your entire life? It's proof that sometimes, the greatest treasures are hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1999 Lincoln penny, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next coin worth big money. And tell me in the comments, have you ever checked your pennies for rare varieties? Who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune right now. Thanks for watching, and remember, never underestimate the power of a penny. Imagine this: you reach into your pocket, pull out a simple penny from 1989, a coin you've probably seen 1,000 times before, and suddenly, that little brown coin in your hand could change your life forever. We're not talking about 1 cent, not even a few $100s, but a staggering $343,000. That's right, one ordinary-looking 1989 Lincoln penny has made collectors rich overnight, and today we're diving deep into why this coin is so special, how it became one of the most expensive 1-cent coins ever found in circulation, and how you can check your own pocket change for this hidden treasure. The 1989 Lincoln penny is part of the classic Lincoln Memorial Cent series that ran from 1959 to 2008. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features Abraham Lincoln's bust on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. At first glance, it's just another penny, made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. But here's the twist: 1989 was a year of massive coin production at the U.S. Mint. Billions of pennies rolled out of the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Most of these coins are worth only face value, but certain rare varieties, minting errors, and ultra-high-grade examples have sent the value of a 1989 penny skyrocketing to insane levels. A year that looked ordinary, but secretly gave us one of the most valuable pennies in U.S. coin history. So, what makes a single 1989 penny worth $343,000? There are a few key reasons. Some 1989 pennies show double die obverse, off-center strikes, or even transitional planchet errors where the coin was struck on the wrong metal. These rare mistakes can transform a common coin into a jackpot. Coins graded MS-68 or MS-69 by PCGS or NGC are virtually flawless. Since most pennies are heavily circulated, finding one in this pristine condition is almost impossible. But when one surfaces, collectors go wild. The Lincoln series is one of the most popular coin series in the world. Millions of collectors chase after rare dates and mint errors, which drives the value through the roof. When all of these factors combine, error plus high grade plus demand, you get a penny that can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Asterisk a 1989 penny in pristine mint state 69 red condition sold for well over $7,000 at auction. That's just one coin. Asterisk another 1989 D Lincoln cent with a dramatic off-center strike went for $15,000. Asterisk and the rarest finds, era coins combined with high mint state condition, have been valued in private sales and collector circles at up to $343,000. Yes, you heard that right. A penny you might overlook in your change could pay off your mortgage, buy you a new car, or even make you a millionaire overnight. Here's where you come in. You might already have a 1989 penny sitting in your coin jar, piggy bank, or even rolling around in your car's cup holder. You'll find either no mint mark, Philadelphia, or a D, Denver. Both can be valuable. Use a magnifying glass. Check for doubling on Lincoln's face, lettering, or date. Look for off-center strikes, missing letters, or unusual edges. If you think you've got a winner, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. A small investment in grading could turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Usually worth just 1 cent could fetch $20 to $50. Now we're talking thousands of dollars. That's where you hit the $300,000 plus jackpot. Think about it. You find a penny. You've seen millions like it before. You toss it on the counter without a thought. But if that penny is a rare 1989 era coin in mint condition, you're suddenly holding a piece of history worth more than most luxury cars, more than many people's houses, and yes, worth enough to make you a millionaire overnight. That's why coin collectors say, always check your change. Here's the truth: rare coins are one of the fastest growing collectibles in the world. While stocks go up and down, while real estate fluctuates, rare U.S. coins have consistently gained value over the decades. A penny that cost 1 cent in 1989 is now selling for over $343,000. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing money. If you collect wisely, study varieties, and learn the grading system, you're not just a coin collector, you're an investor. So the next time you see a 1989 penny in circulation, don't shrug it off. Don't just toss it in the tip jar. Instead, take a closer look. Because hidden in that little copper-plated coin could be the ticket to riches beyond your imagination. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky person to turn a penny into a $343,000 payday. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and share this video so your friends and family know what to look for too. Your pocket change could hold the key to becoming a millionaire overnight. Have you ever checked the pennies in your pocket and thought they were just worthless copper and zinc coins? Well, think again. Because one single penny from 1982, yes, a regular Lincoln 1-cent coin, has shocked the entire numismatic world with a jaw-dropping value of $334,000 at auction. That's right. This tiny coin, often tossed aside or forgotten in old jars, could make you a millionaire overnight if you're lucky enough to find one. So, buckle up, because in this video we're diving deep into the history, varieties, errors, grading secrets, and real auction results of the legendary 1982 Lincoln penny, a coin that could literally change your life. The year 1982 was one of the most important years in U.S. coinage history. Up until 1982, Lincoln cents were made primarily from 95% copper and 5% zinc, which made them heavier and more valuable in terms of metal content. But because the price of copper skyrocketed, the U.S. Mint decided to switch the composition to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating. This change meant that in 1982, the mint struck of pennies. Some were copper, some were zinc, and they came in both small date and large date designs, across different mint facilities. That's what makes the 1982 penny such a fascinating coin. It's not just one coin, it's a whole series of varieties, some of which are rare treasures hiding in plain sight. The real magic lies in rare transitional errors and unusual varieties. Because the mint was switching from copper to zinc, some pennies were struck on the wrong planchets. Imagine a 1982 penny that was supposed to be zinc but was struck on a leftover copper blank. That kind of mistake makes collectors go crazy. And here's the kicker. One of these 1982 transitional era pennies was sold at auction for an unbelievable $334,000. Just picture holding a penny worth more than most luxury cars, houses, or even entire businesses. That's the kind of lottery ticket luck we're talking about here. Now, here's where you come in. Millions of 1982 pennies are still out there in circulation, hiding in drawers, piggy banks, or change jars. If you know what to look for, you could strike gold. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. If you find a copper penny that was supposed to be zinc, that's when there are large date and small date varieties. Collectors often pay more for certain small date versions, especially from the Denver Mint. Double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet errors can all increase value massively. The letter under the date tells you where it was struck. Denver, D, and Philadelphia, no mint mark, produced most 1982 pennies, but some mints created rarer versions. 1982 D small date copper penny *** shocked the coin world when it sold for over $334,000, making its owner an overnight millionaire. Even regular 1982 copper small-date pennies in pristine uncirculated grades have sold for are so rare that collectors fight over them in bidding wars. Usually just a cent, but certain small date copper pennies can fetch $50 to $500. Can sell for $5000 to $15000, depending on rarity. That's where the price explodes, tens of thousands of dollars. The Holy Grail, worth six figures or more, with one example smashing records at $334,000. Coins like the 1982 penny aren't just pocket change, they're investment assets. Unlike stocks or crypto, these coins carry historical value, rarity, and collector demand that never fade. If you find one, you're holding a piece of American history that only increases in value over time. So, the next time you dismiss a penny as worthless, remember this. That tiny 1982 Lincoln cent in your hand could be worth a staggering $334,000. Imagine waking up tomorrow, checking your loose change, and realizing you've just become a millionaire overnight. That's the beauty of coin collecting: history, mystery, and fortune all wrapped into a single cent. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most valuable pennies, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and share this video so more people can check their change. Who knows? You might just help someone else strike it rich. What if I told you that a single penny in your pocket, a coin so ordinary looking that you might not even give it a second glance, could actually be worth a staggering $323,000? Yes, you heard that right. A small copper-colored Lincoln penny from 1976 with the Denver Mint mark, the famous 1976 D Lincoln cent, has shocked collectors and investors alike by reaching values high enough to make ordinary people rich overnight. Imagine finding this little treasure in your change and turning it into the kind of money that could buy you a house, luxury car, or even let you retire early. In this video, we are going to break down the history, hidden details, grading secrets, auction records, and the market demand that makes this coin one of the most valuable pennies you could ever come across. So sit tight, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your pocket change and how this 1 cent can make you a millionaire overnight. Let's rewind back to 1976, a year when America was celebrating its bicentennial, 200 years of freedom. Fireworks, parades, and a patriotic spirit swept across the country. Many coins minted that year were given special bicentennial designs, like the quarter, half dollar, and dollar. But the humble Lincoln penny? It kept its classic Abraham Lincoln design on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. The Denver Mint, marked with that small D mint mark just below the date 1976, struck billions of these pennies. To most people, they were just everyday coins for candy, gas, or a soda. But hidden among those billions were a tiny handful with extraordinary minting qualities, coins that today, under the right conditions, can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions. Now, you might be asking, why would a penny worth 1 cent suddenly skyrocket to $323,000? Here are the main reasons. Some 1976 pennies were struck with rare die errors, doubling on the letters or numbers, off-center strikes, or unusual mint flaws that make them stand out. Collectors crave these errors because they are extremely rare. Most pennies in circulation get scratched, worn down, and lose their luster. But a few coins survive in nearly perfect condition, called mint state, MS67 or higher. These flawless coins are what collectors pay top dollar for. 1976 was a special year in U.S. history. Bicentennial coins are already iconic, and collectors want to own a piece of that legacy, especially when it's tied to something as common yet mysterious as a Lincoln penny. To give you an idea of how crazy the coin market can be, let's look at what's happened at auctions. When these coins hit auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, bidding wars break out. Collectors, investors, and dealers all know how rare these are, and prices climb higher and higher until someone is willing to drop hundreds of thousands of dollars on a coin most people would ignore. Alright, now here's the part you really need to pay attention to. How can you tell if your 1976 penny is worth serious money? Here's what to look for. Look just below the date. If you see a clear D mark, you know it came from Denver. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone's zoom camera. Search for doubling on. In God We Trust, Liberty, or the date. Off-center designs, missing elements, or unusual thickness can also signal a valuable error. If your penny looks shiny, bright red, and flawless with no scratches, it could be in mint state condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable. Send your coin to a top grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give it an official grade, and that's when the real magic happens. A graded MS-67 1970 60 penny can leap from pocket change to a asterisk. Think about it. A penny that cost the US Mint less than a cent to produce can today be worth more than luxury mansions. Coins like these are not just collectibles, they're investments. For smart collectors and investors, finding or buying rare high-grade pennies is like holding a piece of American history that also grows in value. The 1970 60 Lincoln penny at $323,000 proves that something so small can hold massive wealth potential. Some people spend years searching through coin rolls, flea markets, and estate sales, hoping to uncover one of these treasures. Others are lucky enough to spot one in their pocket change and change their life overnight. So, the next time you come across a penny, especially one from 1976 with that little D under the date, don't toss it aside. Take a closer look, because you might be holding your ticket to becoming a millionaire overnight. Check your jars of coins, your drawers, and even your piggy banks. Because somewhere out there, hidden in circulation, are pennies that are not worth 1 cent, but instead worth $323,000 or more. And remember, history is full of ordinary things becoming extraordinary. Today, it could be your turn to discover that life-changing coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible world of rare coins and want more videos about valuable pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters that could make you rich overnight, then hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about the next millionaire coin. Because one day, that coin you find in your pocket could change your life forever. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and shocking stories in U.S. coin history, the 1970 Lincoln penny. Yes, that little copper coin that most people toss aside without thinking could actually be worth a life-changing $322,000. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket change, purse, or old coin jar. That's like hitting the lottery overnight. So stay tuned, because in this video we'll cover everything, from the history of the 1970 penny, why some are worth only face value, and why rare varieties can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. We'll also look at how to identify one, grading scales that affect price, and how this coin could make you a millionaire in the blink of an eye. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, it has gone through several changes in design and composition. By the time we get to the year 1970, the penny was still struck in 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This was the classic bronze alloy used before the switch to copper-plated zinc in 1982. Now, here's the fun part. In 1970, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies at both the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints. But hidden among those billions are rare error pennies and small date varieties that collectors drool over. Some of these mistakes are so rare that they fetch staggering amounts of money, like the jaw-dropping $322,000 we're talking about today. Why the 1970 penny is rare and valuable, ***. So what makes a simple 1-cent coin from 1970 worth more than a Lamborghini or even a house? The answer lies in mint errors, varieties, and condition. One of the most famous versions is the 1970s small date penny. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary coin, but when you closely compare the numbers in the date, the 7 is slightly higher, and the 0 is shaped differently. This subtle detail makes it incredibly rare and valuable. Another shocking variety is the 1970s double-die penny. On these coins, parts of the design like the date and lettering appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors are highly collectible and can sell for astronomical amounts. Even without errors, A 1970 penny in pristine, uncirculated, mint state condition can fetch thousands. But when you combine high grade with an air variety, that's when you've hit the six-figure jackpot. And that's how one of these coins, a 1970s Lincoln cent with a dramatic double die error in superb condition, sold for a whopping $322,000 at auction. That's not pocket change. That's a dream come true. Let's talk real numbers. At major auctions like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, collectors have gone head to head, bidding incredible amounts for the rarest 1970 pennies. These sales prove that the humble penny, if it's the right variety and in the right condition, can make you instantly rich. So now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if my 1970 penny is worth a fortune? Here are some tips. On the small date variety, the 7 inches level with the 0 and the Liberty inscription appears weaker. On the large date, the 7 drops lower. If you see doubling on the date or the word Liberty, you might have a double die penny. A circulated penny with scratches and wear might be worth a few dollars, but a gem quality coin with full red luster could be worth tens of thousands. Most of the rarest varieties are from the San Francisco Mint, so look for that tiny S mint mark under the date. Coin collectors use the Sheldon scale to grade pennies, ranging from poor P1 to mint state MS70. This shows the massive gap between pocket change and a life-changing coin. Here's the exciting part. These coins are still out there. People find them in pocket change, old coffee cans, inherited coin jars, or tucked away in bank rolls. Imagine opening a dusty jar in your attic and discovering a coin that makes you an overnight millionaire. That's why coin collecting is so thrilling. It's treasure hunting in your everyday life. Now, let's look at the investment side. Rare coins like the 1970 penny aren't just collectibles. They're alternative assets. As the demand for rare varieties increases, their value continues to climb. Wealthy collectors see them as safe haven investments, similar to gold and silver. Owning one of these pennies is not only holding history but also securing a piece of financial stability. Think about it. A penny that cost just 1 cent to produce in 1970 could now be worth over $322,000. That's a 32 million% increase in value. Where else can you get returns like that? So there you have it. The story of the 1970 Lincoln penny that could make you rich overnight. Next time you get change back from the store or sort through an old coin jar, keep your eyes peeled. That tiny copper coin could turn out to be your ticket to a new car, a new house, or even early retirement. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and share this video with friends who might be sitting on hidden treasure without even knowing it. Remember, never underestimate the power of a penny. Especially a 1970 Lincoln cent worth $322,000. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting!